Renegades of Long Beach Roller Derby, and you're watching MoonKILL Radio. Woo!
Welcome to another edition of What is on the Slab. This is MoonKILL Radio. You can check out all the videos that we have on here. Check out our bands. Even the interviews, please. The people that we interview, we bring on, doing a lot of people doing a lot of good community service stuff out there. And it's all good, man. And we're trying to bring that to light. You know, maybe some of these don't get press that they should, or even, you know, some of our excuse me, our other just guest period. You know, we have a lot of artists friends that are just artists, you know, not bands, and not just totally just community service stuff, but just people that have been in the scenes, you know, stuff like that. Just, you know, telling their story. You know, people need to, you know, hear some of the, you know, street stories. Who doesn't love street stories, man? You know, they're just good to listen to. But yeah, so other than that, please check out our bands, you know, again, and our artists, our other people, anything going on. Check out anything they got going on. Bands, buy some merch, buy some music. If there's other people that we have for interviews, donate to their foundations of what they're doing, as well as you could donate to MoonKILL right here. Go to our Patreon page and check it out. Subscribe there. Everything coming on here will be up on Patreon, as well as radio shows, everything else. We'll get into more of that later. But for now, again, this edition for What is on the Slab. Man, this is a monster record that we've been listening to for the last 20 plus since it came out. This is a personal fave. First time I saw them myself. Props to moms for taking me to see them. The one and only Slayer. That is what is on the slab right now. All right. Slayer, South of Heaven. Well, sorry, not Slayer. For anyone knows, you don't just say Slayer, right? You Slayer. Okay, I can't do it that great, but there you go. South of Heaven by Slayer. There it is. Mr. Araya, Mr. Lombardo, Mr. Henneman, R.I.P., and Mr. King. What more do you want? What is this? 1988 Def Jam, right? I don't even think it was Def American yet. It still was there were Def Jam records. But that's, I mean, and I don't know if anybody saw the previous one with the Cult we did Electric by the Cult. Another, I don't know how many times I have to argue this, man, and bring it up. Another classic record produced by Rick Rubin. Right? Rick fucking Rubin, dude. Why is that guy not in every Hall of Fame? Any Hall of Fame, every Hall of Fame. He should be just... That guy is ridiculous, man. Hip-hop, rap, what do you want to call it? Metal, punk, alternative music. Guy's ridiculous. South of Heaven starts off with the title track, South of Heaven. Silent Scream. Oh, man. And then it's, you know, Live Undead, Behind the Crooked Cross, Mandatory Suicide. That's the first side right there. I mean, that alone, South of Heaven, of course, they always play it. Mandatory Suicide, those are the staples. But Silent Scream, Live Undead, Behind the Crooked Cross, dude, that is a perfection of a side that they've ever done. You know, I'm not saying this is the best album. I'm not having that argument. It's just again, for me, this is where I first saw them. Not I first heard them, but I first saw them. First time seeing them live was for this tour. Side 2 starts off one of my all-time favorite tracks. It's probably up in the top 3, 4. Ghosts of War. Starts off with the ending of Chemical Warfare. You hear it in the background, and then ba-da-da bump, and then go into it. Oh man, this is a ridiculous record. That's a ridiculous song. Read Between the Lies, Cleanse the Soul, Dissident Aggressor, and Spill the Blood. For those that don't know, Dissident Aggressor is a cover song. Again, to some of you bands, it might be different now, of course, with copyrights and all that. You know, it's a lot different than it was back then. But even when you do live shows, man, it does not ever hurt to do cover songs. You know, they're fun. That Dissident Aggressor is actually a Judas Priest song. For those that don't know, off the Sin After Sin record. But that is a Judas Priest song. Just like cover songs, you know, when Slayer did Live Intrusion video, you know, they brought out, I think, was it the guys from Machine Head, and they did Witching Hour by Venom. You know, as far as I know, that's not any records or singles. They just did it. What's wrong with that? You know, nothing wrong with that, man. You know, that's Slayer. They were, you know, it's a big name, you know. You know, but you guys should not get away from doing covers, man. But this one, again, South of Heaven, if you never heard it, or we're just talking about it, fuck it. You know what I mean? Again, this is a great album, although note to a lot of kids, back then, they got a lot of flack for this album. And I remember it because it wasn't the full, you know, 1,000 miles an hour. Every song was 1,000 miles an hour. It wasn't, because it wasn't Rain and Blood, you know, and some of the songs got slower, like South of Heaven and Mandatory Suicide, which is funny, right? It's Slayer, slow, you know, that's slow. But I remember them, you know, reading the magazines at the time. You know, they got some flack for not playing what they were, because there were those retards that were, you know, if it's not super fast all the time, it's nothing. You know, if it wasn't speed metal, then it wasn't metal, or it wasn't for them. You know, so if it wasn't Rain and Blood and constantly, then they didn't want to hear it. You know, but hey, man. This right here, hands down, is up in the top echelon of Slayer records. Personally, to me, it's between this one and Seasons in the Abyss, which would be the one after this one, for their top albums of all time. Seasons, to me, edges that one out because of Born on Fire, which is my favorite song they ever did. But this one is a close second, and whatever, leave your comments. Again, it's my opinion. You know, you guys don't have to, you know, have a cow about it. But yeah, and then how do you not dig the artwork, man? Come on. Ridiculous. So that's what's on the slab for this one, man. I hope you guys dug that. Again, for those that have never listened to Slayer, if you're watching this, if you like thrash, speed metal, it's what I knew it as back then. Thrash metal, speed metal, heavy metal, whatever. And who doesn't like Slayer? Come on. You know, and again, R.I.P. Mr. Henneman. And R.I.P. Slayer, man. You know, we saw the last show, and it was great to see them go out. It was cool, man. Really, really cool. So that's it for what's on the slab on this one. Get MoonKILL Radio. Leave your likes, your comments, hit the subscribe button. Let us know how we're doing, what we're doing wrong. Anything, whatever you got, man. Bring it on. Again, check out our bands. Check out the records we're bringing to you. If you had never heard them, check them out. And then, yeah, anything else you guys need from us, moonkillradio@gmail.com. Look that up. Look up our brother in arms, George. If you guys need any recording work or anything done, check out our videos online. If you dig them, look up Astro Boy Studios on SoundCloud and get with him. All right, he's I can't keep him forever, man. All right, so that's it. What's on the slab? Till the next one, we're out.